Huh?
Where are you taking pictures from?
I'm not doing pictures. I'm doing video.
Video?
Yeah.
What's the video for?
Well, we don't really share that while we're out videoing. Yeah.
Huh?
We don't usually share that while we're out videoing. Yeah.
Video for what?
I can't share that right now.
Huh?
I can't share that right now.
Why not?
Why would I have to?
Well, if you're taking a video or something, you would be able to process what it is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can process what it is, yeah.
But can you speak what it's supposed to be?
No.
Or who it's supposed to be for?
No, I can't share that.
Why not? Isn't that dictatorship or something?
Wait, what?
Isn't that a little bit of dictatorship?
What do you mean?
Well, when you're taking something, pictures of something, and when you're taking something from someone,
I'm not taking anything from anybody.
You're taking it from everybody you go in.
No, I'm taking of, not from. I can't take anything from them, but I'm just taking of.
You're still getting whatever information you want.
Not information, just faces and plate numbers.
And what are you going to use with the faces?
We put them online, on the interwebs.
Online?
Yeah. On the interwebs, MySpace.
Uh-huh. And what for that? What's that for?
Just publish, you know.
And is that legal?
I wouldn't do anything illegal.
Well, I'm just asking a question.
Would you think it would be illegal to use a camera in public?
Yeah, I would say, well, if you're using it for something at your advantage, yes.
That's not true. How do you think news stations capture footage? They actually send out.
News stations have a regular from a news company.
No, that's not true. They hire stringers all the time. Stringers have no identification. They run around with cameras just like this.
Yeah, they're scammers.
Stringers.
And some of them are scammers even. They scam things that they shouldn't be scamming.
Stringers?
Yeah.
No, stringers take media and sell it to news stations.
And sell it, and that is legal?
It is completely legal, yeah.
And they stealing from
no one's stealing anybody. Who's stealing?
Oh, you're taking something from someone else.
No, I'm taking of, not from. I'm not removing anything from anybody.
But you're putting it out in the public.
In the internet, yes.
And is that legal, right? To be putting something out in the
Have you
public
heard of the
that's
First
not
Amendment? Have you
to
heard
that
of the
person?
First Amendment?
You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard of the First Amendment?
Yeah, you're going to take the Fifth Amendment.
No,
true.
First Amendment.
The First Amendment. Yeah, you got the rights to do what
Yes.
you want.
And to do this.
And you got rights to do things.
Yes.
But is it legal rights to take that kind
Literally,
of stuff?
yeah, literally it's legal.
And who are you with?
I can't share that. Who are you with?
Mate, I'm myself.
Me too.
Yeah, but I'm not carrying any info to get any info.
You're carrying a pen. You could take down information that way.
No, I carry a pen because I use it for my own use.
But could you take down information with it?
I could if I
Okay.
wanted.
So I'm taking information down this way because I don't want to write. I don't know how to write with a pen. So I have to record it this way.
That's an excuse.
No, it's not an
That's
excuse. You could use the pen for the same thing. You can get license plates. You could write them down on your hand or a piece of paper.
Yeah, you can do that if
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah. And I want to. So I'm using this instead.
And the law says that you can do this.
Yes.
That's legal.
Yes. It wouldn't be illegal.
And you're saying that you don't
You
have
think
to give
public
any
vo-
you're saying you're not wanting to give any information out to anyone.
You don't have to. No.
You should.
No.
Why
You should have to?
Yeah.
So I should walk up to any free
If you-
American and demand to know what they're doing at all times?
No, wait a minute. No. But if you turned around and did what you are doing,
Mm-hmm. What am I doing?
you're taking pictures of people.
Yes.
Of people's
Yep.
faces, people's cars.
It's the same as looking at them. So you're looking at them right now. You didn't ask them permission to look.
I don't stand around and look at people.
You were
That is standing
no, you
around
were staring.
looking
You were
and
sitting in your
videoing
car and you were
people.
staring at me for quite a minute
No, that's video.
without my consent.
Without my consent.
Yeah, but you were staring at the back of my head. I don't know if you were checking out my booty or what. You know, maybe. Am I being watched through binoculars? That's what it looked like for a second. But whatever you were doing, you were staring at me without consent.
No, I'm not staring at you.
You did.
Oh, I did?
I turned around and you were just sitting there staring
Sitting where?
in your car.
I was sitting in my
Yeah,
car.
staring at me.
I wasn't staring at you.
You did. I caught you staring at me.
Stare at you.
All right. Well, you were. I got it on camera.
I can show you. What am I doing on camera?
Looking at me without my permission.
Without your permission.
Yeah.
Why was I looking at you without your permission?
I don't know. I didn't ask you that. I could have, but it's not
Video
my
camera.
business. Okay. This is the same thing as your eyeballs.
That there. I wasn't using them. I'm using
I don't know if you're using that.
binoculars on you.
Binoculars. So
That's
you're actually
right.
peeping Toming. Okay.
Damn right. That's private property.
All right.
That's
Peeping
an area
Tom.
good.
So you were checking out my booty with the binoculars. I love it.
On your
All right.
ass.
All
I was
right.
checking on your
All
camera.
right. All right.
I don't check the.
Well, too bad I was facing that way. I turned around. You're binocularing me already, which means you were checking out my booty.
Guys right down there too.
Yeah, but you were checking out.
Staying in saying the same
Yeah.
thing. That's not legal.
No, but I think binoculars is a lot more creepy than a camera.
Is it?
Oh, come on. Yeah, you're like zooming into my boot cheeks.
I ain't looking at your ass.
How do I know that?
You don't know it.
I don't.
I don't. You think I'm going to look at your ass?
You could.
You got a rock in your head.
All right. Well, you could. You could be.
You got a rock in your head.
They're very suspicious binoculars that you have there.
That don't make a difference. I mean, I
It
would be
does.
looking at your ass.
I mean, you
If
could if
I'm
you.
going to look at anybody's
if you
ass, it ain't going to be your man's ass.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I'm not one of them fairies.
Oh no, not them.
I'm not a fairy.
Not them.
And if that's what you are, I mean, that's pretty sad.
Oh no.
That's a pretty sad thing.
All right. I mean, that's your opinion. But if you want a better shot, just let me know. I can pose.
Oh, I don't do no shots like that.
All right. I can pose for your
I
binoculars.
don't do that kind of
She was binocularing my booty.
No, I didn't use no binoculars on your boobies.
Yes, you did.
Full fucking shit.
I caught you
Full shit,
red-handed.
man. Show me the film.
It's right here in the
Show it
video.
to me.
No, I'm filming you right now.
No, that's right. I know you're filming me.
Why
Yeah.
are you denying it so hard if you didn't do it?
Huh?
Why are you denying it so hard if you didn't do it?
No, he's
I
free.
didn't do it. Why
no,
should
no,
I?
he's-
Why,
no,
why
no,
should
hold
I?
on.
Why
He's
would I
free.
kiss your ass or wipe
Hold
your
on,
ass,
hold on,
man?
hold on. Wait, I didn't say. Hold on.
I mean, I don't believe in that.
Hold on. I didn't say you wiped his butt. I said you checked out his
I
butt.
didn't check his ass out. I wouldn't check his ass out. Your ass or anybody else's ass.
Why? I have a
Man,
cute.
that's a
Here,
bullshit
look,
story.
look. I got a nice
I
one.
don't look at that.
You were
I
though,
don't go. No.
with
No.
binoculars at
No,
that.
I don't go looking at people's.
Damn, are
I'm
you
not a
sure?
queer. I'm not a queer.
Oh no, not one of those.
No, but somebody is.
Oh no, I'm not the one with binoculars checking guys out of a car.
Well, but you're checking people's asses around here.
Wow,
You're
I didn't
really
know that.
low-ass people, aren't you?
I can see their booties while they're sitting in their cars. That's
Yeah, you
that's
sure in hell can.
that must be a magic camera.
Yeah, you got to manage your camera, okay, buddy.
So
There we
go
go.
sit in your car and see how well you can see someone's booty from inside of it.
You
No,
can
no,
see a lot of
no.
things.
He's sitting in his car with binoculars, checking out my booty.
You got a camera to match up everything. Not even a goddamn cell phone, but a camera.
Yeah, it's a camera.
Uh-huh.
You think that's illegal to use in public?
Yeah, well, no, it ain't legal. Same way with a camera, with a
Binoculars.
and a pair of binoculars.
No, I didn't say. No, no,
Whoa,
no.
whoa.
You can legally check my booty out all day. I don't mind. That's
I
your
can check your ass
that
out,
is
man.
your prerogative, and
I
that's
wouldn't check
okay.
Your ass out at all.
All right. Well, one of the young men's. Okay, that's
I
fine.
wouldn't check their
If that's
ass
what you're,
out either.
hey, if that's what you're into, I'm okay with that. I'm not
I'm
gonna.
not interested in that.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm not gonna judge you.
But you're trying.
I'm not gonna judge you for checking out guys' asses. I wouldn't do that.
I don't do that kind of.
I'm not gonna judge you
I
for
don't
it.
have to. I don't have to be a damn. I'm not a fairy.
I'm not gonna judge you
I don't
for
run
it.
around with a furry dip.
I'm not gonna judge you for it
Fucking
though.
people that want to be furries can be furries.
Okay, well, okay, but you know, maybe not sit in the car and just stare at people with binoculars. A little less
I
creepy.
didn't stay there and stare at you.
Oh, you were looking at
I
it.
watched you and watched those three down there.
That's staring. That's the
not
same.
staring.
No,
That's
watching.
just checking that out to find out.
Yes,
what the hell
you're checking
doing.
out their booty. I get it.
That's what I'm telling you.
But you were checking out their booty. That's
No, I
okay.
wasn't checking out
told us
any.
you were
I was
checking
checking out
us
their
out.
cameras
No, it's okay. I'm not.
and their phones.
Wow. What
They're
about the
fine.
road ragers?
That's
Yeah.
true.
But I'm not judging you, man. If you want to scope booties out of your car window through binoculars, that's on you. That's your thing. You're in public. You're allowed to do that.
Okay.
So,
But I think that's illegal as hell, though.
you think a camera in public is illegal?
I think that when you're doing what you're doing, to put it out on on the internet.
Well, hold on.
It doesn't concern you.
No, hold on.
Whoa.
Every
No,
device on the
anything that you
planet,
concern out on
every
the internet,
device,
you're not listening.
every
you
phone.
You want me to listen to you,
Okay,
but you
I'll
don't
listen.
want to listen to me.
I'll listen.
No, you're not listening to me.
I'm listening.
I'm saying, if you got an internet and you're throwing it out on the internet, that's putting putting people's lives out there on the internet.
Yes, but they do it themselves anyways.
No, they don't. If they're driving in their own cars and they're minding their own business,
So you don't
out of a place. You're taking pictures of people.
So you don't think any of them have Facebook and ever took pictures of themselves and put it on the internet?
I don't think so.
They do.
I don't know if they do or they don't.
They do, absolutely do.
I don't
Considering
get into their shit.
Considering 95% of human beings on our planet have social media and upload pictures of themselves to it regularly, 95%. So you think me recording those same people is an issue? And putting them also on the internet?
Well, they shouldn't be out there if they're doing that.
They are.
They're stupid if they're doing it.
And you're allowed to have that opinion. But every phone device you buy on the planet now, you can't even find a phone without a camera.
Well, I know
To be used to take video and pictures of everything around you, including other people, in public. You really think that the world should operate where everybody, before they take a selfie and catch you in the background, should need a permit?
No, I don't think you have to have a permit, but I don't think that you should be taking pictures of people.
But they do it every day.
Anything.
Everybody does it every day.
Not doing anything.
Every
these
time
people are driving in here and minding their own
Yes,
business.
and there's a
They're
camera,
driving in here
and there's a
minding their own
camera
business,
on the
getting nothing.
street light
I mean,
down
they're not
there.
doing anything. They're going to doctor's office.
Okay, and there's cameras on the building right there. There's one there, there's one there, there's one on the entrance. There's cameras everywhere.
That's the problem with this country. See, we got too much dictation here. We got nothing but communism bastards here.
Okay.
That's all you got. A bunch of commies.
Okay.
If that's what you want, I mean, if that's
No,
what
I'm
you
just
wanna live
I'm just
with.
using my camera just like they're
I'm
using their
asking-
camera.
I'm telling you the questions, though. That this is the problem here. We got
Okay.
too many goddamn dictators in here trying to dictate to people.
Well, what do you think is the real issue?
The big issue is too much communism, too much bullshit, and too much crap here.
Okay.
What we need to do is shove it all back where the came from.
Okay. Well,
Back to their
okay.
country, wherever the they came from, and take it back there with them, because that's what they love in their own country. Because they
Okay.
can't straighten their own country out. That's why they're here in this country.
Okay. Who's they?
Everybody that came here that doesn't belong.
But you came here.
Yeah,
I'm born here.
we're all immigrants.
I'm American citizen.
Well, we're not all we're settlers.
we're not.
Yeah, we're all
Someone in your family immigrated here and settled here.
They might have.
Yeah.
And if they did, they sure hell came in here legal. 99% of these other assholes
Well,
are.
hold on.
Is
What?
it legal to steal
No.
land?
Well, that's a
Is it
whole
legal to
conversation
steal
for
land
another.
Indians, because they didn't come in legally, quote unquote.
Most people didn't come in here. Who didn't?
Most of us.
I mean, all the original settlers.
99% of the ones that came here today
well,
didn't.
the Native Americans
They got-
were the natives. We came in and took their land.
Not we, but
The Indians
not
came
we
were
as
here
in
before
us.
anybody.
well, yeah. So aren't they the only ones that should be here?
They're the American Indians.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
They'll be the only ones here.
So why are you here then?
There is no way about that. Where I came here because I was born here.
Okay. Well, where were you born?
I was born in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kentucky.
I'm a southern boy
Well, why are you in California then?
because I came here a long time ago.
How long ago?
69.
69.
Way before when I came out of the goddamn service for fighting for all the other in the world.
So you probably came here in a really cool car then. They don't exist anymore.
Who?
You.
I don't.
Did you have a... No, I said you probably came here in a really cool car. In 69? What car did you have?
What kind of a car?
Yeah.
I had a goddamn Ford.
What kind of Ford though? What truck or...
No, it was just regular sedan.
Okay. Which sedan? Like, do you remember the model?
50.
50 something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like old cars. I love old
50
cars.
car.
I don't like
Four-door,
any...
50 black.
all these cars? Yeah, they're not the same.
4-door 50. Yeah.
Yeah. I like old cars, so
These
that's
are all
why.
electric pieces of
Oh, yeah.
crap that they want in here, and they brought it in here.
Yeah, it's all junk cars.
They're
Yeah.
junk. In my opinion,
Yeah.
they're junk.
Yeah.
I came from the gas company. I didn't come from the goddamn electric company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you brought a hybrid here, though. That's half electric.
That's not electric. That's gas.
It's hybrid, though. It has an electric
It's not-
motor.
No.
The Prius?
No. That is gas. Pure ass gas.
Is that a Prius or a Mazda?
That's a Mazda.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you're right.
Looks a lot like a Prius.
It looks like the Prius, the little minivan thing that they made.
I didn't buy that.
Is that your dog?
Well, so if you're all about,
That's my dog.
so if you're all about America and all this, why
that's
are
my
you
dog.
driving a car that was made in somewhere in South Korea or anything?
Huh?
Mazda, isn't that? It's made in South Korea or Japan?
I think it's Japan.
Japan.
Maybe wherever it was.
Yeah.
I got it for cheap as nothing.
Yeah, but
My
why?
dad sold it to me. gave
But
it
why
to me.
buy that if you're all
I
about
didn't buy it.
America?
He gave it to me for
Okay.
$1, so I'm going to take it. For
$1?
Hell yeah.
Sheesh, that's
Why
actually a good
should I
deal.
take it for $1?
Well, what car did you have before that?
Huh?
What car did you have before that?
What kind of a car did
Yeah.
I have? I had a Buick.
I like Buick. What kind of Buick?
I had a LeSabre.
Ooh, I actually like those. I had a
American, built in the United States.
I had a 92 Buick.
98 Buick LeSabre.
No, I had a 96 Buick Century is what I had. I think it was 96.
And I got a Lucerne Buick
Those are nice.
right now.
They're comfortable, huh?
Oh, you got everything in it.
So why are you driving this thing then?
I like to drive this one as well because it's just, I drive both of them. Once in a while here or there, and this one goes that way. And
You got it for $1. Why wouldn't you drive it?
Yeah, I mean it's
Why should I
for
drive
$1,
one?
yeah.
and ruin the other one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
got
can
that
drive
thing
this
for
and
$1.
still get. I can do the same thing with this one as I can with that one.
Well, so
I got cruise. I got everything else in that car.
there we go.
I
Tell
got
me
everything I want in that
Tell
car.
me the story behind your belt buckle. It's kind of a big belt buckle.
Huh?
The belt buckle. Do you have a story behind it, or you just like the eagle one?
Do I have a story?
Yeah.
Well, I got this from a long time from a fella.
Okay. From a feller?
He made this belt buckle.
Oh,
Here.
that's cool. But
He's got his initials on this.
But you didn't check out his booty though first, right?
No, I
Okay,
didn't
just
check
checking,
anything.
just making sure.
He had it on him the day I went in and seen him, and I says, "I'll take your belt buckle
There you
and buy
go.
it." He says, "You couldn't afford to buy it." And I says,
Oh.
"Give me what the price you want for it."
How
He
much
said,
did
I
you
want
get it?
$200 for it. I
$200? When? How long ago?
said, "Where's your 200?"
How long ago?
That's been over 4 years.
Oh, 4. Okay, that's not bad. 4 years ago. Yeah, they're about that right now.
Yeah. $200 is not. It's worth it to me.
Do you like the?
That's
Do
pure
you like?
silver.
Do you like eagles? Oh, it's pure silver.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
pure silver.
That's,
a nice
cool.
belt buckle.
Goddamn right. I ain't giving it away for nobody.
Nice,
I
nice,
ain't giving it
nice.
away for nobody.
So you mentioned you were in the service.
Huh?
You mentioned you were in the service.
Yeah, I was in
What
the
branch were you in?
Army.
Army. And you're in for like 4, 6, 10 years.
Yeah, I was Green Beret.
Green Beret.
Oh, that's
That's
fun.
right.
Well, thank you for your service. I gotta thank you for your service. I wanted to share with you what we do is an exercise of free press by disseminating vehicle code violations in public. So people without front license plate, tinted windows, being on their cell phone while driving, almost causing accidents, all of that kind of stuff. So I do stories on that.
Oh, that's a good thing.
In the dissemination of how fellow Americans respond or react towards people exercising freedom in a free country. And that's what I do.
Freedom. See, freedom
So
is great.
this is free press,
Freedom is
protected by the First Amendment.
great. Yes, freedom is great for everybody.
I-
There's nothing
I-
wrong with freedom.
I believe so
It's not
too.
the idea of freedom. It's how you use your freedom.
Well, so there's where we
That's the
have
thing.
there's where we have that line in the sand where if we're going to be free, it has to be free, not free with conditions or free but you can't cross this line. We can't have that kind of freedom because that's not freedom
That's
anymore.
true.
So what I am doing is I am exercising free press to see how fellow Americans such as yourself respond to people exercising free press in a free country.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all. That's as simple as it gets.
Okay.
That's it. Do you support that now?
Well, I
Now that you know?
now that I know something about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you're putting it out there where people are doing things they shouldn't be doing.
But do you
And they're
also?
driving around without license tags, proper license tag.
Yep.
They're doing things that you illegal as hell, and we're the ones that's going to have to pay for their ass that don't have legal driver's license, legal license. Half of them don't. When they don't have tags, proper tags on the back end of that car,
So do you?
automatically don't have a license. They don't have insurance.
And that's what I say too. When people have expired tags,
So,
we
in
get them.
other words, you're screwing the public.
So today we've had at least 5 vehicles pull in with registration expired by over more than 2 years.
Yeah, a lot of them.
And
have.
they are likely to not have licenses, not have
They
insurance.
don't have no
Yep.
insurance. They don't have nothing. And if
Yeah.
you hit them, who gets fucked?
You got to pay for it. Yeah.
You got to pay for
Yep.
your damages
Yep.
because they don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And that's not right.
Yeah.
It's not a right thing. I've argued the point to that. Where's the cops? Where we got the police department? You tell me where the cops are?
Yeah.
There ain't no cops.
No,
We
they
don't have cops.
They don't
What do we got?
enforce.
I'll tell you what we got in this city. We got nothing but CCP. You know what CCP is, don't you?
Nope.
Huh?
No, but I'm sure you'll tell me.
I guess I can tell you. It's communism, China, police.
It's
All right.
the Chinese Communist Party.
Oh, okay. All right. Well.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I know all about it. I've been around the system.
All
So
right.
I know how they work it. And they're not legally actually cops. They can't, if they pull you over and they're not with a regular police department, and you can ask the question to them, say, are you with the CCP? And if they say yes, you know what? You tell them, you. You're not a cop.
All right.
You're not a cop. Because you're not legally right to be here. You haven't taken the police department oath. You haven't done anything to do anything with the police department. I was a cop once, so I know.
Oh, you were a cop?
Yeah.
Where at?
In Covington, Kentucky.
For how long?
I was there for almost 2 years.
2 years. Why'd you quit?
I quit because I went to service.
Okay. I guess that's a good reason to quit.
So you went from being a cop to the army?
Being a serviceman.
So why
Serving
did
my country.
why did you
Taking
not
my
get out?
country and saying, I'm going to spend my time in there fighting for what I have to fight for.
Well, and that's the thing is, so you went and fought for the very freedoms that I am exercising here today.
I'm fighting for, I fought in Vietnam, Korea, and there were,
And I commend you for fighting
I didn't f around. Huh? It's all over.
No, and I commend you for fighting,
And I got my- I've
wars,
been in
be
the
it
service.
unjust or just.
Well, because I love the service.
But yeah, so we disseminate how fellow Americans, such as the guy over there, reacts poorly to people exercising freedom in a free country. So he looked like he was going to get out of his car and attack somebody for exercising freedom. Do you think that that should be okay? Someone to go hands-on with somebody because they're exercising rights?
Well, what's he doing for that?
I don't know. He's
Why
just
is he
taking
doing-
video.
Huh? Because he doesn't like video?
Yeah, but it's a freedom.
That's his freedom.
Yeah.
Take the pictures. He
Yeah.
can take a picture, but what's he going to do if he calls the cops?
It doesn't matter. The cops don't do nothing. They're
Cops
gonna.
ain't going to do anything.
No, we're not doing anything illegal.
So he ain't going to do shit about you anyway.
Yeah.
So why
So-
even call the cops?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like he wants
But
to attack.
That's why I'm talking to you and asking you the questions
Yeah.
that I want to know. Because I'm not trying to fight with anybody.
Yeah.
Or I'm not trying to call a cop on you because I don't want to call the cops. Why the hell I want to call a cop?
Tell me the truth though.
Huh?
Were you checking out my booty?
No.
No. All right. Just checking.
I'm not that way.
Just checking.
Nope. This boy here is not that way.
All right.
Uh,
Do you have a wife?
I have a wife.
Nice. You guys been married your whole lives?
I've been married for a long, long time.
How long? How long?
Long enough that you guys would be
A guesstimate. Come on.
You don't even know how old I am.
How old are you? Okay, can I guess?
You can guess all you want.
82.
I'm glad you're guessing.
How old are you?
I'm a lot older than
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
How much older? You're spry. You're walking around really fast. How old are you?
Take a guess.
89?
91.
91 years old. Holy crap. You've done really well with yourself.
Damn right I am.
This, I
I
guess.
take good care of myself.
That is very,
I'm
very
still
important.
in the service. I haven't got out of the service yet.
Really?
I
Nice.
still do my things, everything I know.
Well, that's
that
good.
was taught in the service.
All right.
Yep. Still with it.
Well, the only thing I could suggest is maybe, a little less homophobic. Just putting that out there. You're free to have your opinions. I'm also not, that way myself. I just didn't know if you were checking out my booty. I was like, okay, well, some guy's checking out my booty. But yeah, just, when people engage me, I try to turn the conversation into something civil and peaceful.
I know
and
you do.
And I appreciate you for your service, fighting wars, especially ones. Vietnam is a tough one because when you guys got home,
Your ass.
there's a whole lot of the country didn't like you, and it wasn't your fault.
hated us.
Yeah, and it wasn't your fault.
And they still hate us.
You were sent there by the government. And,
government.
yeah.
Not for, we didn't go there for the reason
Yeah.
that we wanted
Well,
to go there.
you gotta-
I went in the service because I figured I was going in the service to serve my country.
Yes.
But I didn't figure
And
out
that's-
going where I was going.
And that's where a lot of the young men of today, they go into the service blindfold on because they've been tricked into like, oh, you're doing this for your country, you're doing this for your flag, and then they send you to all kinds of wars that make no sense.
Yeah, I was, never got anything else.
the-
They do what they wanted
Yeah,
to do.
and the lives that we have lost over centuries of unjust wars and, you know, things we should have never been part in. I mean, that's all.
Yep,
you
they
know.
screw us around.
You
They
left
hate
some
us.
spittle on your chin there, sir.
They hate us. They hate our
Yeah,
ass.
they do.
They really hate us because we were in Vietnam.
But I
What
appreciate.
did I do in Vietnam? I fought what I had to fight. And
Well, yeah,
where
I
had to
mean,
fight.
you had to stick up for your fellow soldiers at that point.
Well, not only that,
Yeah.
and there was 2 or 3 guys that I dealt with, and that was all. And I was out there in the field by myself.
Yeah.
So I mean, I lived in the jungles a lot.
Well, and I think
And
that.
but you go and talk to these people out here, and they say, "Oh well, why don't you get your ass out there and try it one time and see how much you can do?"
So what I do is when I tell people I appreciate you for your service, it's not necessarily I'm thanking you for going to war. I appreciate the fact that you signed up in support of this nation, regardless of what they did to you after the fact or where they sent you after the
Yeah.
fact. You signed up with a pure heart that says I want to serve my country, and I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
And I'm happy about that.
What was your name again?
I didn't say.
You didn't say. He remembered. What was your name?
I should have tell you.
First name. I'm gonna tell you mine.
Jerry.
Jerry. My name is Jack.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, nice firm handshake. I love your handshake. It's a good handshake. Yeah. Do you have any kids, grandkids?
Oh, I got a lot of them.
A lot of them. There you go. Busy man.
Got a lot of them.
There you go.
Grandchildren, a lot of
Are
grandchildren.
they all local or are they kind of spread across the country?
No.
They're all over the place now?
They're all, some of them are back east.
And I'm assuming you have a lot of grandkids.
Some of them are in Ohio. Some of them in Kentucky.
Okay. And you have a lot of grandkids?
Huh?
You have a lot of grandkids?
I have a lot of grandchildren.
And great grandkids, I'm assuming already.
Great.
91 years old, and he's running around like he's.
Damn, you do not look 91.
Yeah, I'm 91.
You move like you're 20.
I feel like I'm 50.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I would have guessed like maybe 55, 60.
You're.
I'm 90.
No, I firmly believe that he was. I think I said 82.
You said 80 something.
Yeah, and which is a good guess, but he was 10 years older
91.
than that. 91 almost. Yeah.
And I feel good about it.
When do you turn 92?
Huh?
When do you turn 92?
In February.
And you're
next
gonna
year.
and you're gonna make it to 100 at least.
Well, I'm going to see another century yet.
Perfect.
Where you guys are
He's
coming
got to
from.
make
Perfect,
it to
perfect,
192.
perfect.
I'm going to hit the 100 and the 100th mark.
Well, there you go. I hope you do.
And in the same shape I'm in, if I can stay there.
Yeah. Well.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people your age that are not so blessed to be able to move around and be mobile like you are, and hang
You know
on to
why
that. They don't take care of themselves.
They don't take care of themselves, and they don't want to do nothing but sit on their ass.
Yeah.
And only watch a boob tube.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
Everybody's raised
I
on
got
that.
too many other things going.
And that's kind of the tough spot our country's going to be in is 30 years from now when the people now that can't get off of TikTok and all that stuff are going to be old. They're going to be really decrepit.
They're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
I feel this way. If you can't do what's your job when you get older, what's going to happen? You're all going to be dead. You
Yeah.
ain't going to live until you see 40 years old. If you live to see 40 years old, you're going with them goddamn cell phones and shit, and iPhones and all that crap. I mean, I got a phone, but I don't use my phone half the time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, phones are great. Nothing wrong with a phone. It's good to have. A camera's good to have. Anything you want, it's good to have. The only thing is, you have to use it moderately, not use it constantly.
What is a technology that you remember basically the start of that you wish never happened?
What I know.
Yeah, any technology, anything that you believe should have never happened, like the development of
Shouldn't have been
computers,
invented.
phones, any of that kind of stuff.
I went to school for computer technician.
Mhm.
I'm an A1 tech. I did computers.
Mm-hmm.
I can wrap the network. I can do anything I want with a damn computer.
Nice.
But I'm never on it that much. I spend an hour on a computer. That's my limit.
Yeah.
Because people spend too much time wasting time doing fooling around with phones and computers.
Mm-hmm.
They waste their life when they could be doing something else more.
Yeah.
Dance.
Like filming in public.
You can do a lot. You
Yeah.
can do it. You can go out. You can do whatever you want. You don't have yet. And most people, they use these things for their technology, but they don't use this for the technology.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
And
biggest
how
piece
much
of technology
how
we
much
got.
data and data will you keep here and you realize there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if that thing goes out, what happens to it?
Are you here waiting for your wife?
I'm waiting for my daughter.
Your daughter. Okay. What? How old's your oldest kid?
Huh?
How old is your oldest kid?
50.
Damn, you got a span then. You and your youngest?
I don't have a young one anymore. He passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear
He
that.
didn't do what I was telling him to do. He did a stupid thing, like
Okay.
the wrong thing.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's what people do.
You never want to outlive your
Ain't
kids.
nothing I could do about
Yeah.
that. I tried to explain it to him, and he told me to kiss my ass. It was none of my business. So I said, okay, remember, when the hard chop comes down, don't blame me.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
we're
got
getting
my
that
answer.
can
Yeah.
You got what was told to you.
Yeah.
That's the way it went.
It's still hard though. I mean, it must be hard as a parent to say
No,
goodbye.
you don't forget it.
Yeah.
But it's the point that there is a stop point.
Yeah.
Where it is, and that's it.
Well, I'm sorry you lost a child. I mean, that's
That's
you know.
the way it is.
Yeah.
I don't. I understand the situation,
Yeah.
and it's just that's the way it is.
Yeah.
I know a lot of other people are doing the same thing out here.
How old did he make it to?
Huh?
How old did he make it to?
He made it 34 years old.
Was it drugs or? Yeah. We've
Bad shit.
I've lost some family members and
Too much.
friends to drugs, and
That shit don't get it.
my whole life I've not touched a single one proudly.
Best thing I tell people, stay away from it.
Yeah.
It ain't good for you.
Yeah.
You'll never get anywhere with it. You don't gain nothing by it.
Yeah.
It might seem fun in the
I
moment,
says there's
but it's
other
just gonna
things
break
you
you
can
down.
gain. All you got to do is go out there
Well, it's
and work. You don't have to work. Actually, all you got to do is use this, and it'll work for you to get what you want.
my whole thing is you there's no do-over. You get one chance. This is it. And if you spend your whole life doing the wrong things and then you cut your life short because you were doing the wrong things, it sucks. You know, it's somebody who never really truly appreciated the life they had.
Yeah, most people sitting here, they're on these things 24/7. They're on the computers 24/7. And you know what? If they take a weekend and just take a ride somewhere and go travel around in the mountains
Yeah.
and that, and look at the beauty of what's been processed for them.
I actually ride Harleys.
You'll find more than you will
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, just go outside for a few minutes.
And that's what people don't see.
I ride a Harley, and that's one of my favorite moments is just
That's
getting
a
up and
good
going
thing.
in the mountains.
That's a
and-
good thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I love
I'm
doing
not
it.
a biker.
No.
But, you know,
You should be.
I never rode a bike.
It's never too late to
I never
start.
got on a bike in my life and never have and never will. Because
Aw.
the only reason why I haven't. I seen two guys and my friends died on it.
Yeah, I
And
lost
said,
I
"Forget
lost a total of 7 friends now in the last
No.
3 years.
I would never ride a bike for that reason.
Yeah.
I too many out here, and I seen one where he went like that into him and drove him right into the driveway.
Yeah.
You know, just a few months ago, we saw someone
Right in front of
unlicensed,
us.
Like you were saying, they were driving.
Uninsured, unlicensed, yeah.
Uninsured, unlicensed. This guy was riding his bike, and they swerved into his lane and smashed into him.
And cut his fingers
Killed
right
him.
off.
Yeah. Well,
Probably killed him.
They didn't kill
No,
him.
they took his hand off though, like all of his
That's
fingers.
a good thing.
Oh,
Yeah, so
So
that's
the man's now he's screwed up for the Rocky.
yeah, which sucks.
That's not good.
And
Yeah.
they're not paying for any of it because they didn't have insurance. They didn't have a
nothing.
license.
They don't
Yeah.
have nothing, so you can't get nothing.
Yeah.
And
So
if
that
you don't
sucks.
have anything to pay
Or
for it,
enough,
well,
yeah.
then you're screwed.
Yeah.
And I'll put it this way: most of these young people don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't have nothing to do. You're coming up in the world. If you don't have everything, if you don't have a set for yourself before you hit the 50 mark, you ain't never gonna have anything. And I'll tell you that flat out. First thing you gotta take and think about what you're spending, how much you're blowing away, and what you need and what you don't need. Most people say, "Oh, I need this, I need this, I need that." You don't need it. It's only what you really need. It's not there. It's
Yeah.
what you really need is what you get.
So what do you carry in your pockets? I see you got big pockets.
Which one? This one?
Both of them, they're full.
This
You-
for my medical record.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say you have 2 full pockets there.
No, I got 2 of them, and I keep
Yeah.
medical records.
Yeah.
Cards.
All right.
These
That's
are
good.
cards for business cards.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
That's all. I don't
Okay.
carry a lot of shit on me.
Yeah.
I try to keep it off of me.
Best piece of advice for somebody my age.
Huh?
Your best piece of advice for someone my age.
Your age?
Yeah. Like your whole life, what's the best advice you've experienced that you could give?
My advice, what I do, and I don't know if you like it or not, but I had a Cheyenne Indian tell me this, and I've done it for mostly quite a few years. Drink an aloe vera juice and take a Jenko for your mind.
Aloe vera juice?
Aloe vera. You make your own aloe vera. You grow it and make it.
Huh.
And then you drink it.
And then what was the other
Every
one?
morning, a shot glass and a small glass of juice.
Okay.
You drink that every morning. And
Huh.
you take a Jenko tablet for your mind. And you can go back to when you were a kid, almost,
Yeah.
with that Jenko wine. And people don't realize that. They say, oh, that's a horseshit lie. Okay. Do what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cheyenne Indian told me to drink, eat the damn stuff, and I said, I tried. I couldn't eat it. It's too bitter. That threw me out the hood. But he told me another way you can take it and squeeze it down, make water out of it.
So do you make it
I
yourself?
blend it in a blender.
Yeah.
And pour so much water in it, blend it,
Well,
put it back
shit.
in the freezer and keep it for a month.
Wow.
You can take a peanut butter jar about that big, and if you're only one in the family, you only need one or two of them. It'll last for a month in your refrigerator.
Well, damn.
If you put it in there, if you got a lot in your family and they all want to do it, you want to make 4 or 5 jars of it.
Does your wife drink it too?
Yep.
Nice. All right.
My kids drink it
Nice.
and everything. The ones that's living.
Well, that's cool.
And I try to get my grandchildren to do the same.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little harder.
Because that's going to be a hard one. But
Yeah.
they
Yeah, a
don't,
little bit.
but the thing is most people don't see it. But the Jenko is the best for your mind.
Well,
They're expensive tablets,
yeah.
but it's worth the while.
Yeah.
I think if you want to use your mind well enough instead of using the machine or using this, and I do mostly paperwork. I do paperwork. I don't do diddle work.
All right. Well,
As if my mind stays busy
Yeah.
that way. Keeps control.
well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to.
Try it sometime.
I figure I'll try the aloe thing for
But
sure.
if you're on drugs, I'm going to tell you this much.
I don't do.
If you're on
yeah.
drugs or you drink, stay away from it.
I do neither.
Because
neither
it
do
reacts on you.
Yeah.
When it does, you wind up in the hospital.
Have you ever had a beer?
Me?
Yeah.
I used to drink years ago.
Okay. So typically when I have a beer, Corona, whatever, half and I'm done. I just don't
I
like.
threw my beer out a long time, and
Yeah.
I threw my cigarettes out a long time.
There you go.
I gave it all up. I said, I don't need this stuff.
Yeah.
Why am I spending my money for this? Why am I going to the bars and drinking when I can still go out and the big bands and everything and go out there and enjoy myself just like everybody else.
True.
Hell yeah.
True.
I love to do that.
True.
I used to, I don't know if you remember the one out there in Irvine.
No.
It's out in Irvine. They had a band out there all the time. They had bands out there all the time in Irvine. And it was with Verizon.
Okay.
And I went out there, got me a job one time as a security system, working with them in security,
Yeah.
backstage band, working with all the band people and that, all rock.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
cool.
was with Black Sabbath, Ozzy. I
Oh,
was with
nice.
them all.
That's sick. That's sick.
I was down in the hole with them all. I mean, and I
Nice.
enjoyed them all. And I tried to tell them, you're doing the wrong thing, man. You're doing drugs. That's not
Yeah.
good for you. Sooner or later, it's going to catch up with you. When it catches up with you, you know what's going to happen? You're going to go down like a rock.
Oh, yeah. It seems fun at the time, but when it hits
But they didn't
it
let
hits
you. They didn't listen. See, but even though they didn't listen to me,
So,
that's their business.
not rock related, but what is your most favorite song of all time?
I don't know.
You don't have one?
Don't really have a favorite song.
What's a song that brings back the most memories for you?
I do it with John Denver. And
John
he-
Denver. Oh, I love John Denver.
and he's come back to state, come back to the country. He wants to go back home where he lives.
All right.
And stuff like that. That's good music.
Yeah,
I love it. I enjoy it.
that's good.
Yeah, it's good music. John Denver, I've been with them all. I've been with Ozzy, I've been with Black Sabbath, I've been with heavy metal, I've been with the, let's see,
Well, at least Ozzy has gotten clean.
let's see, there was Iron Maiden.
Oh, that's
Hell,
an
I've
old.
been
Yeah,
with 'em all.
I used to love the Iron Maiden
I've
growing
been
up.
with them all.
Yeah.
Rap music and everything else that they had out there. And I enjoyed going out there. I spend my time out there just to go to, even if I didn't get to go and work, I go out there and go
Nice.
to see them anyway.
Favorite TV show of all time?
Huh?
Favorite TV show of all time?
Right now, I like the old movies.
The old ones?
Yeah,
What's
I
your
like,
favorite?
well, most people go and say, "What kind of movies you like?" I say, "Well, do you ever watch Ozzy and Harriet? You ever watch Bewitched? Or any of those?
Yes. I love
them kind of movies.
I love
It's
Bewitched.
Them are movies.
Yeah, I love Bewitched.
But this,
My parental individual got me into MASH years ago. But yeah.
Who?
My dad, quote unquote. He was not a good person, but yeah, he liked MASH, and for a while I
Did
got
he?
addicted to MASH. So
yeah, that's good. I didn't know
yeah,
about that.
that was actually a fun show. MASH
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
very creative.
But you don't see shows anymore.
Yeah, not like that.
You don't see any shows anymore. All you
Yeah.
see is crap.
Yeah,
I hate to even turn TV on. I don't even want to see it.
yeah.
Because all you got on there is all I can see is somebody getting over the corner. There's something else going on. And not only that, you got a bunch of damn Lodos out here. They're doing their own thing.
What is a Lodo?
I mean, oh, hell, man, they're out there in no man's land.
What is it?
Yeah, they're like a bunch of goddamn, they're like queers.
Oh, okay. Oh. I've never heard
Sort
Lodo.
of like them.
All right.
But they're up there touching each other's asses and all kinds. I've seen it all on TV. I said, that ain't for me.
You don't want to touch mine though, do you?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Nobody's ass.
Just checking.
I
All
touch my own ass.
right.
That's my ass.
And your wife's. You better touch your
my
wife's.
wife's ass.
There you go.
My ass. That's the only
There you
ass
go.
I'm gonna touch. I ain't
Alright.
touching nobody else's ass.
There you go. Is your wife a wonderful person?
She is.
I'm sure
She
she is.
doesn't believe in any bullshit.
Yeah,
That's good.
She don't
that's
believe.
good. Sometimes you need a rock when you go through life.
she's Hooper.
She's over there whining.
What's the dog's name?
That's Majesta.
Majesta. What'd you call her?
I call her Hooper.
Pooper. All right, that works.
Hooper.
That's pretty much what I call one of my
Just a
cats.
nickname.
So your name is Jerry. Is that okay, Jerry? Jack, I do appreciate the turnaround. I'm glad we turned this into a good conversation.
Yeah.
I love getting to know people that are older than myself. I do listen to a lot of what they say. I love getting advice from older people, because they've done it already. They've made all the mistakes,
They're filming.
We're literally having the most peaceful conversation. If you minded your own business, it'd be the best thing in the world. I know, but you interrupted a conversation to be rude to me. Okay, exactly.
I don't want them to waste your time. Okay, so have a good day, sir. Okay.
Huh?
I don't want them to waste your time.
See, that's being rude. We were having a pleasant conversation. Go away, Jesus.
Why has that been
See, that's the kind of
Why has that been happening so much?
I know.
lately? We're having a fine conversation. And
I
someone's like,
know.
Are you okay?
It's the can't mind your own business
You know what?
situation, but it's all
They
right.
think that because some people look at me like
They see you as
they're
vulnerable.
old,
Yeah.
and they think it's somebody's gonna hurt me. How you up faster than you can?
There you go.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna say you probably have
knives.
knives in there and guns in
No
there.
gun, no gun, no shit.
Just
I don't
correct.
need that.
All right.
You could probably kick our ass.
I
There
don't
you go.
need that. I got what I know,
Yeah.
and I use it every day.
There you go.
I practice with it every day.
There you go.
That's good.
There you go.
I mean,
No, that's good. I don't like when people push this
People-
misconception of like,
I say
oh, they're
I
gonna
don't
get
wanna hurt
you. Like,
anybody.
yeah,
and I don't want to do anything to hurt anyone.
yeah,
But if they try to hurt me,
yeah.
yeah, your ass is gonna wind up somewhere down the road.
And I hope so. Nobody
That's
should
the
hurt
way I
you.
see it. And
You've lived a long, full life, and I hope you have many years ahead. And
I'm still feeling good. I'm still doing my thing.
you still haven't told me, how long have you guys been married? Just a guess, if you can't remember.
Over 20 years.
20? That's actually, I thought I was expecting way more than that.
Oh, maybe more. 57 years ago.
50 something?
He's a few years off.
Sheesh.
My wife's 77 years of age.
Okay. How old were you guys when you met?
She was 20 something years of age.
Okay.
I was 30 something.
So it's been a lot longer than 20.
I was 30 something. She was 20 something.
All right.
It's been closer to 60.
So was she your first wife?
Yep.
Okay.
I never got rid
What took so long for you to meet that woman, the right one?
Well, because I'm in the service, came out of service.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 24 hours in my hometown.
Okay.
And I came out to California. I brought a friend of mine out here
Okay.
because he was in the Navy.
All right.
And I brought him out here.
And you just
And
decided
I
this was
just
the place
stayed
for
out
you?
here. I found a job. I said, fuck it, I'll go to work.
Yeah, there you go.
And I just got me a job and got me a place to live, and now I stay.
What was your first job in California?
Machine shop. Working
Machine
in a
shop,
machine
okay.
shop.
What were
Labor.
What were you building on?
Huh?
What were you working on?
I wasn't working in any kind of machinery.
Hmm.
I was doing all the labor work.
Okay.
Cleaning machinery and shit like that.
okay.
That was a job.
Yeah.
Got $1.25 an hour.
Sheesh. Rich right there.
Oh, you were rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then at least. Now you get paid $1.25 an hour, and someone's getting sued.
And I mean, at least you got to come to California. I mean,
Well,
come on.
you figured it out this way. You get $1.25 an hour. And I don't know what you're making. I don't care to know what you're making. But I'm going to say this. Even if you're making over $20 an hour, are you gaining anything? I'm going to ask that question. Are you really gaining anything if you're making $20 an hour?
Not much.
Not really. Not in this day and
Okay.
age.
Okay. So, would it be better to bring everything down to rock bottom and bring wages down as well and still live better?
Well, so here, I'm a huge believer that,
I'm just
you
asking
know,
a question.
No, I completely agree that we lost our way somewhere, because we have, even my generation, their generation, this is one of my sons, by the way, especially, that's another one of my sons, but their generation is going to have the hardest time buying homes and doing all that.
Said that.
Yeah, and it's the
I
most,
knew that coming up out of the road.
Yeah.
I got my own kids, and they're going to have nothing but trouble.
And it's the
Some
craziest,
fun.
yeah.
And they're not going to get
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't going to get a home because unless you're making at least
Yeah.
100,000.
No, exactly. Not even that now. So they say, to buy the median home in the United States right now, they say you need to make $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the hell is handing out those kind of salaries?
Yeah, and most houses years ago
Yeah.
were selling for 22,
Yeah.
19,
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, you bring down the wages. I was making, at that time, by the time,
How you doing?
at that
How are
time,
you?
Wonderful. Sorry, we're having
Yeah,
a
no
long.
problem.
We've been having a 47-minute conversation about life. How you guys doing?
Okay. Well, I need you to leave this property.
Over here?
Yeah.
I was just talking with him, but that's fine.
Okay. Well, the property management company, the property manager,
Uh huh.
doesn't want you guys on their property.
No, that's fine. I was never asked to leave or anything. I was just talking to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first time we're hearing of
I
that.
understand.
Yeah. But I have no problem. I'll go over there.
But you have to know that there's been some issues, right?
What do you mean?
Have you had anybody complain or any
No,
arguments? with
not at all.
anybody?
Everything's been really peaceful. This gentleman included.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some people
We've
come
had
and yell at
honest-
us, but
I'm just talking.
Well,
about
that was like hours ago.
my
But, yeah.
situation.
Okay. Well, the situation currently, though,
Yeah.
is property management doesn't want you here.
That's fine.
You're free to
fine.
do what you want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do on the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
yeah, no, they just didn't tell us anything like that. So yeah, we'll head down there. That's fine.
I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem,
Going,
guys.
officers.
Hey, you guys have a safe day. I'm gonna tie it up with this guy and then I'll walk over there. Thank you. Yeah, so they're peaceful.
But that's a fact. That's
Yeah.
just what it is. But it's just like I said. You guys ain't gonna make it. You're not gonna have what you really want in life. Never gonna get it. And
Yeah,
I'm
this
gonna be honest
inflation's
about
going
it.
through the
But
roof.
if this damn country would bring everything down to the rock bottom,
We need a full
you will have
reset.
something. You will have something.
Yeah.
Not until then.
Well,
you won't.
one of the biggest issues with the housing market is that you've got investors from other countries
Yeah,
that have
that's
bought
what- that's what-
mass
that's what-
properties.
well, that's
yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're screwing up the system.
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about. It's not
Yeah.
about the idea of people getting taken for anything.
Yeah.
It's what's happening. Is the big shots are pulling people out of everything.
Yeah.
They're taking them for everything they got.
Yeah.
And you're one of them. You're one of them. You're still young. You're both young.
Yeah, but
And so-
I wish I was a little younger, but
well, yeah, but I mean, you're still young enough. It's just like everybody else. If you guys are not getting really what you need,
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
then you're not going to get it.
The
You're not
problem-
going to get it. I got all I need. I mean, when I was young, but I was only
Yeah.
making $10 an hour when I bought in my
And
house.
the
Yeah.
problem with
I'm
everything.
getting $10 an hour
Oh, hold
for
on. We gotta
working.
tie it.
$10 an hour for working, and you guys. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm making a few. I wasn't making that great of money either, but it
Yeah.
still covered 22.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's just addicted to those big numbers in their bank
$2,000
account.
home. I mean, and that's it. And then one
Yeah.
other thing, you don't get it today, but you won't get.
Yeah.
I got all the points paid and all the goddamn. I got 2 months rent for you and everything. That's what the guy gave me.
So I have to ask you,
Sell his house.
because we have to go over there now. They're gonna
Yeah.
watch us.
You guys take it easy.
What do you put in your hair to keep it all up like that?
Huh?
What do you put in your hair to keep it all
I
up like
just
that?
spray
Just-
my hair with a spray.
Nice. All right. You have a blessed day, brother. You have a safe day.
Have a good day.
Okay, you
Absolutely.
guys have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Take it easy and enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
These cops were kind of upset when they walked up on them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we've been having really peaceful conversations with mostly everybody. So we've only had like 1 or 2 people that got mad or yell at us or anything. But, you know, we just let them go and they do their thing. And
Are you
yeah.
aware of any kind of, was there any kind of moment where there was some fumbling around and maybe some pushing and grabbing?
No. So this morning, some guy in a blue car actually ran up to him.
He's right over there. Still.
No, the blue car's not
Yeah,
there.
that's why I walked over to you originally. He came back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the guy walked up and like stole his radio, like one of these, and then ran off with it. And so we were calling you guys, but then it took forever to answer, and then so yeah, I don't know. But that's long gone and done, and yeah, so I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a beautiful day. Stay safe, guys.
Those cops are upset for some reason.
What happened?
What is
doing?
this? You
Uh,
don't have our permission to video.
I don't need permission.
What are you doing?
You're outside.
What are you doing?
Why are you doing this?
I went to the Apple store. They sold me a $2,000 phone. It came with a free camera. So I'm exercising the camera lenses and capturing all the faces so I can put you guys on TikTok and MySpace. This is a very dangerous driveway, by the way. It's one of the ones we got emailed to us. Longlist, apparently. I don't get the emails, but I believe it's Simple that manages emails for this. I guess they email his channel. And I just get assigned, I go where I'm going. There we go.
Today we're going to do a story on an issue that is simmering just beneath the surface of America's society. The tension between social norm and individual freedoms. In a nation that prides itself, as I stand underneath our American flag, right here behind me, there's an unsettling trend emerging. Our streets are becoming battlegrounds where the use of fundamental rights incites confrontation. Through first-hand accounts and compelling footage, this story will expose a paradox in our land of the free and invites us to question how truly free we are when exercising our rights can provoke such intense reaction from fellow citizens. Where have we lost our ground? Is our education system at fault? Why are people reacting so poorly to our freedoms in a free country?
To your shirts. Okay.
and then you wear like a rubber band, like a kind of elastic band.
That's what I need because
So it's like reverse suspenders.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I know those.
All right.
Yeah,
It takes the hair off the side of your legs.
Lovely.
Okay.
There we go.
You guys have any issues with anybody here today?
No, everybody's just.
Okay.
We had one. So we had one lady who reacted a little poorly at first, but we actually had a really good conversation following up.
Okay.
And then another couple came screaming up, "Leave her alone!" and started causing a whole big
Okay, that's
scene.
probably what the call I'm
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was something
So-
like, oh, they're refusing a letter closer door.
What? No, we had a whole. No.
I got her number. Put it that way.
He even got her number.
So it was
Somebody who misconstrued the whole thing.
I think that's what it
Yeah.
was. It was somebody else calling on behalf of her. So.
Yeah.
Now, we're the good auditors, or at least I'm the good auditors. I
Yeah.
consider them good. We're not trying to mess with people or get our butts kicked
Yeah.
just for the fun.
Yeah.
We're not here for that.
Yeah.
We've been chill.
I'm
You guys
not-
have always been
yeah,
good with us.
I've
You
come
know
I'm
that.
not trying to bleed out today.
Yeah, no, I've came across you guys several times. Like,
Yeah,
that.
no.
And I always treat you guys with respect.
And so I've actually seen you at least once.
Twice with me.
And,
Yeah.
and I swear I've asked you to bring me a Slurpee next time I saw you.
No, that
I
wasn't
think it
me.
was the other
All right.
one.
Well,
me.
if you could next time, it's kind
I
of
always
hot.
remember you because you're always wearing yellow, dude. Yellow's your thing. Huh? Last time you were in full yellow.
Yeah.
Oh,
I almost was today too, but it's a little warm.
Yeah.
It's
Dude,
hot
it's
now.
hot right now.
Yeah.
You're long
It's
sleeved
hot.
up.
Well, look at you. You got that
I
big
know,
ass
I'm
vest on.
sweating, dude.
Yeah.
Give me the little pumps that connects to your AC.
No.
So when you go get yourself a Slurpee, bring me one. I like the pina colada one or the red. Either one. I'm not picky.
Oh my God. Nah, thanks for showing up. But
Oh yeah, I know. I just make sure. Obviously, you guys know the rules.
No.
The game, right?
I was walking.
Are there rules?
Well, no, like obviously, you know what I mean. Like you can't like hurt anybody.
No.
Stay out of the street.
May I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
The scar on the back of your neck.
It was a medical thing.
Just permanent. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody like attacked you or anything.
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Are people crazy?
I was a little worried because it looked a little
No,
crazy.
no.
Are people crazy here though?
What do you mean?
Like crazy? Like, is there bad people in Valencia? I mean, there's bad people everywhere.
There's bad people everywhere.
But is there like higher rates of crimes here?
I mean, we have everything just like.
There was a rollover yesterday, no? Or like
A traffic accident. Yeah.
Right. Like something like a car fell on his side or something. No?
Yeah, I wasn't here for that.
How you doing?
How you doing? We never met you before.
I've seen Miss. It's Pena, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you before.
Can we do a sock
Okay.
check, please? We did a sock check on.
Yeah, we did a sock check for him.
Dog?
Sock check. We have to see how high your socks are.
She's wearing boots.
Oh, there it is. Actually, she's got pretty high ones on. That's good. That's good. You passed the sock check.
Far out because I don't think I shaved well.
Oh.
Summer's coming though. Summer's
There he goes.
ready. Summer. Oh, but hey, thanks for staying professional though. You guys are hella cool. You've been cool all the time. First time I meet you.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you guys.
All right, yeah. So, like I said, just coming to make sure everything was all right. I kind of figured.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a misunderstanding because actually the lady ended up giving him her number. She wanted more information. She's a photographer. We got her Instagram page and everything. And so we're having this conversation. So we were circling her car because we're having a good engagement with her. It was like a 20-minute engagement, and this couple pulls up screaming and yelling, "Are you okay, ma'am? Are you okay?" And all this other shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, leave us alone. We're
I'll get a little
talking.
close to you, but that's her page, so she does a lot of like pictures. Look at that. I don't know how the hell she got that. It's like a reflection of
just
something
like
there.
editing and stuff?
Yeah, so she does like you see that. So she does like a lot.
Yeah, so she wasn't.
Yeah.
He got his hands up. He's ready.
Oh no.
That's it. I'm done.
Oh no. It was just if you had any questions, we thought you were coming.
You're
up to talk.
fine. We don't have any questions.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. You got tripping, I guess.
You can put your hands down though.
You should.
You're good.
They're not gonna arrest you.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna shoot me.
No. Oh, come on. They're not gonna.
Fine, they're good.
Man,
No, they're not.
you're taking it too far.
Come on, man.
Wow, see, that's not the stuff we want out there. He says he doesn't know if you're gonna shoot him. Like, that's not nice. Don't be mean to them.
I'm kind of mean.
They're nice.
Even that is kind of mean to me.
Wow.
That's
See, we don't like that. I don't like that.
That's-
Yeah,
You
that's,
don't understand if you had your hand on your gun, but you haven't touched it.
I have my hands up.
Exactly. Like, come on.
not that you need our permission, but you know.
Right, no.
Cool.
So I have one question.
Sure.
Are you for or against the California the federal government trying to force California to reduce its gun restrictions and for personal ownership for CCWs? Like, do you guys feel more safe knowing that there's more licensed owners out there? Would that make you feel more safe or less safe, do you think?
I think everybody has a right to own it.
You would think, but in California, it's pretty hard. You know this.
Yeah.
I mean, in LA County alone, if you aren't law enforcement, they reject almost 99% of the applications.
Right.
With the CCW?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know the whole process.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's automatic rejection essentially,
But I do
unless
know-
you're law enforcement or have an exception.
I do know a lot of people with CCW, so
Yeah, grandfathered in, but this is, I mean, this is the last 10 years they've kind of limited. And so
actually, honestly, I've met some people recently, just
Yeah?
on calls and stuff like that, and they've gotten their CCW.
yeah, I mean, it's
like,
just, it's a lot. I mean, they're
recently, so-
rejecting a lot of, like, more applications than ever before. They're rejecting.
Really? Yeah.
And it's because of the LA County one is why the federal government's coming after California to be like, no, you guys need to undo this.
Yeah.
So, but does that make you feel, I mean, more or less safe having more licensed registered gun owners out there than non-registered ones, I guess?
As long as, you know,
Responsible?
they're exactly,
Yeah,
they're going to
responsible gun owner.
people
I
that
think
are
part of
just-
the process that California goes through and stuff like that is good, right? To carry the
Right.
CCW and stuff like that. They have to be responsible with firearms. They have to go through all this before they even get it issued.
Right.
Which I think that is very good, right? You learn how to handle a firearm before, because really a firearm is a piece of property, right?
Yeah.
But you at least learn how to handle and carry a firearm prior to being able to carry it out and about, you know?
And then, so in the state of Texas, if you have a felony on your record and you've completed probation or parole and it's been more than 5 years, you can actually get your gun ownership rights restored. But it's like the only state.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, let's say somebody who did a shoplifting that was a felony in the 90s, 25, 30 years later, wanted to, I mean, are you guys opposed to restoration of gun rights for felons in certain, or most situations?
I think that it should be all determined by a judge or a law enforcement.
That's a good answer. I like that.
You know, it's like a case.
But it should be optional, I think. I would think. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like everybody has a right to be heard, right?
Yeah.
And so, if
But California and many other states have just been, it's a blanket no. So.
yeah,
Yeah. California's very strict with gun laws.
It is.
Yeah. Then again, we do have a large pool of people that come here, you know. So
sometimes
there's a reason why the
criminals still get guns somehow. So
There you go. How long you guys been sheriff?
Yeah, I forgot about
almost 18 years.
Oh shit! So you're coming up on 20. Are you doing another 10 or are you gonna stick
yeah, I
to?
got a while to go.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
Getting that big pension.
I mean, I gotta work. It's all about age. I got on very young.
Oh shit! Okay. All right. All right.
Get the old ones, you stick the USB stick in. What about bulletproof vests? Are you pro people carrying when they're felons bulletproof vests?
I don't know why they would need one. You know.
Or not in this day and age, you never know. Right.
Yeah.
The bulletproof vest is kind of.
I mean, I wear one when I'm cop watching. So
Yeah.
in case you guys get shot at,
Right.
you
Right.
have to break
That
the
makes
chain.
sense. Yeah.
That's
That
the
makes
only
sense.
reason why I wear it. Anything after that, like I said,
Why would you
Right.
need
Right.
one?
yeah. That's the only, basically the only time I wear it when I'm watching.
Right. Right.
Or filming certain areas. But thank you for saying that. You guys are great
A
too.
little bit of attention now.
Oh, he's still here.
All right, guys. Well,
Yeah, we're not even like that. He's already.
Be safe.
Somebody that was hard. Even for me, that was too cold. And I'm
Right?
cold.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Anyway,
Hey, thanks. Let's say. Come back.
All right, Deputy. All right, so have a good day.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
he almost tripped.
I did. How you doing?
Stay to watch.
Did you have a question for me?
No, I didn't have a question.
Citizens
for
watch.
Oh, you just wanted to watch.
Watch what was
Oh yeah, yeah.
Citizens
Sorry.
watch.
I'm not a big fan of the cops in general, so I just was watching.
Oh, you're fine. We were just giving you a hard time.
These are the cops.
And that's fine, but you don't always know.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right.
You
Better
know,
be safe than sorry.
And that's fine, but I walk this area every time a cop comes by, throw my hands up,
Oh my God.
you know?
I kind of get you. Yeah, this day and age, you
it's
never
just
know. 911,
honestly,
everything that's
I'm not a
going
big
on.
fan.
The COVID
My
that
own
just
opinion.
passed.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
No, you won't offend us. We were just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
You won't offend us.
That's your board.
It takes a whole lot of to offend people like
And that's
ours.
fine, but I'm just saying, like, that's why I don't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
No, you're good.
you know, so I
Have you
appreciate
had
what you guys are doing.
I appreciate that. Have you had bad experiences with law
When I
enforcement
was
personal?
much younger,
Yeah.
it was like 12 or 13. Cops pulled me over, thought I had burglarized someplace.
And
I was
back
just
then,
walking
everybody
around.
burglarized.
And this was the 80s. So
They accused everybody
I
of that
just
shit.
haven't been
Yeah.
a fan since.
Yeah.
The bad generation of cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get that people are different, and I have
Yeah.
no idea, and I'm glad that they spoke to you
Yeah.
because I do watch First Amendment audit videos a lot.
Nice.
And I appreciate what you
Nice.
guys do.
Thank you.
But I do see a lot of the bad
Yeah.
actions that they do.
I appreciate
And
that.
So that, you know.
No, those ones that we've always had really good interactions.
And
There's
that's
only
great.
one sheriff in this area that we've had they're very
Yeah.
not professional,
and I've had
but
various interactions with them. I've had CHP turn around when I have my hands up. I've had, you know, cops and they turn
Hey,
on
I
the
don't blame
lights
you.
and they,
Yeah.
you know, so, and I just get nervous with it.
okay.
You know,
Yeah, it
I mean,
makes
I'm
sense.
thinking now talking to you guys, and you guys aren't
Yeah.
armed, and you know,
We're not cops. You know what?
no, and you guys
I
don't
get
have
'em, 'cause
qualified
that's-
immunity.
Yeah.
That's what
Like,
actually
so-
happens to me in Kerr County with the Philip Garza cop. That
Yeah.
I was just like swinging my arms, and then he said that I was reaching for my pepper spray, and that I hold it against his face, and he falsified police report.
Right, and,
Yeah.
and I
had a
know there's
crooked
good
judge
cops.
named,
I know it's not every cop, but in
what
the
was his
same
name?
way,
I forgot.
how they
But there's
think-
enough bad ones that really ruin it for the rest
Well,
of
and
them.
I think in the same way that they feel
Yeah, I forgot
everybody's
his
a criminal
Yeah.
when they come up to them, but we don't know
bad
you, we
warrants
don't.
and interfering.
I don't know them,
Yeah.
and the way
Yeah,
she came
they're
up to
crooked. I
me,
told him.
I wasn't sure.
I didn't really like
She-
her in the beginning. He I already knew, so
Right.
I wasn't really worried about
But
him.
the way
but-
she came up, I'm like, I'm allowed to be here. I'm totally
Yeah.
away from you guys. I'm
Yeah.
away
minding
from
your own
them. I'm
business?
minding my own business. I was observing, but the way
Yep.
she came up was to intimidate me.
aggressive,
You know,
yeah.
to make me go away.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Wasn't recording. You guys are all recording.
That's why you
Yeah.
need this baby
don't
here.
mind if you
I
record
know,
us.
and that's fine.
It
But I'm like,
records.
I do
Right,
like the
man.
blue lenses on your glasses.
oh, thank you. They were
Yeah.
at Kohl's.
Oh, nice.
So,
Get a meta ones.
I don't.
They're prescribed.
No, I know. I don't have the balls to do what you guys do. I mean, in all honesty, and maybe you learn it and you get more comfortable
Yeah,
with the various interactions. But my heart's still beating
Yeah.
just from standing
Yeah.
there. Like, so any interactions I don't have to have with them. But the fact that they were here, I was getting my mail. Like, I didn't know you guys were here.
Yeah.
You know, and I just kind of wanted to see.
What was your name?
My name's David.
David. I'm Jack.
Jake, nice to meet you.
Casey.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Chasey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Anyway, Coles.
Yep.
But thank you guys for what you do.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
it's
Thank you. Stay
important.
safe, my man.
I appreciate you.
And, don't make me look too fat on camera.
Are you so
You look beautiful.
That'd be great. That'd be great. We got some of the stuttering,
We
a
got-
little bit of the handshake.
Yeah, we got AI. AI will fix it.
But I do appreciate it
Yep.
because I do think it's important, and I do think there has, maybe not them, but a
Well,
lot of
this
cops
right
have-
here, not necessarily them today, but them being here is proof that we need to do this, because a situation which wasn't even a situation got blown out of proportion by a couple observing who wanted it to be blown out of proportion, created this, it's all chaos.
Yeah.
Left, called the police, said we were harassing and blocking this lady who we were having a very cordial conversation like this with.
Right.
And that's why they were here. So had they been more angry type cops with the ego, this could have been way
It could have
bad.
been much
We
worse.
would have been on the ground. Like
Right.
it's over nothing, over literally nothing.
No, and that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I appreciate.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they were actually pretty good.
Those ones are actually really good.
Those are two. Peña and what was Laganda?
Yeah.
Laganda?
The gentleman was better than the female at first, but yeah, overall they were good.
I should have asked her for her number, but I slipped out.
Oh, all day. They just called. They got called.
He laughed.
We were actually having a cordial conversation like this with this gentleman with a lady over here, and this couple drove by, started shit with us, yelling, screaming, asking the girl if she's okay, called the police saying we were blocking her. I'm like,
Not
we
letting
literally
her
got
close
her
the door.
phone number, her Instagram, like we're having a good conversation with her.
I'm gonna link up with her.
And I
probably.
was telling him, I was like, had it been cops that came here with a chip on their shoulder, like we could have been on the ground, all this other shit over a false accusation and of us kidnapping somebody. Like, come on.
That happens to at least me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you can do what you want.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
America,
enjoy
America, like
being
your head,
filmed, but it's public.
Ah, I like that one. Never seen that one.
Oh, I didn't even see the other. I saw the flag. I was like, all right.
Very discreet, though.
Off the street.
Yeah.
All right.
I've always seen them in red.
That's why I went all black.
All right. Well,
Hey, but thanks a lot, though. You guys are great, too.
Anyway, thank you guys for what
Yeah.
you do. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
yeah. Thank
And
you.
sorry, I wasn't trying to intrude.
No, I know.
I had never been that close to a situation, and I kind of
Yeah, yeah.
wanted to.
No, you're fine.
See how
Yeah.
it went.
It's always
And I
good to
didn't
test
do
the
it
water.
to offend
No, you
anybody.
didn't.
Nope. You can't
But
offend us.
I know, but I just.
I just like giving hard times to people.
Okay.
Have a good
Yep.
one.
Absolutely.
And they'll be
All right,
like,
thank
oh,
you.
our customers are on fucking too bad.
Maybe give them a blanket.
I know.
Hey, I have greeting cards I hand out now. Literally, it says, "Hey, if your butt hurt, I have a get well soon card."
You can't quite help. Oh, my God.
Oh, you haven't seen those yet,
Oh,
huh?
I haven't.
Yeah, it's literally a get well card. I handed one to someone the other day. I'm like, I'm sorry you're upset,
I always see
but
it
yeah, it's an actual get well card.
Whoever, and I just
Gotta pull off the envelope for me.
Yeah, we
Get
we
well.
try to
Get
have
well soon.
mostly cordial conversations like this. It's just 5% of people, even if you're trying to be nice to them, they don't want any of it. So they're going to go off, say what they want to say.
Well, and most of those, like the ones that are gonna have like a really poor reaction towards us, usually already had the poor reaction before we even get a chance to say hello. Like they just come up, you guys can't do this. You have no right. Blah, blah, and they just yell at us off the bat, unhinged. And you know, earlier we had a gentleman who was going ham at us. He had a Vietnam veteran hat.
Oh shit.
And then he, after he's going off on us and he's yelling and screaming at us about filming,
Out of
and
my face.
he then says, "I was a cop for 20 years. You guys are," and then he got in his face and screaming and yelling. I'm like,
actually,
as soon as he said he was a cop for 20 years in the 90s, in the 2000s, I was like,
Bingo.
Bingo. I was like,
He actually grabbed a mug. He had a mug, and he went like he was gonna go like that. But I guess he realized that he was gonna mess up if he whacked me with it. So he just got
Yeah.
in my face. Like we have radios, we have codes, and I got my medal that says
Right.
shoot. So I couldn't even do that. Of how close he was to me.
yeah,
That's
it's
how crazy he
crazy.
was.
It's funny when people say like, "Oh, you don't have the like," they know the rights,
Yeah.
My bad.
and they don't.
Yeah, the sad reality is this is middle school shit. This should be taught. I mean, come on. I was in I remember in the 2nd and 3rd grade we had our amendments on the wall,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
and now they can't do that.
They don't know what. Yeah, you're right. They're not allowed to have
Yeah.
it in the classroom.
And it's like, this is middle school shit. This is 6th grade civics. This isn't high school shit. Like this is
But they're not
6th
taught
grade,
that.
and they're not taught anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't go
They
to
get-
civics class in middle
They get
school,
the
high school,
fastest airbrushed lesson over it, and that's about all they get. And that's it. That's our whole retention on the foundation of our country.
I raised my kids. I let them go through public school. But if I had kids today, they're not going to public
Yeah.
school.
Oh yeah.
And I was totally against like
Homeschooling.
homeschooling, and now I'm like, oh no. You're not learning the bullshit that they're teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Their agenda is different, man.
Oh,
You can actually teach them things they need to know.
it's a mess. But yeah, you guys keep doing what you're doing.
But thanks for
I don't
talking
have
to you.
I don't have a problem with any of it. So. I mean, it's your rights. It's everyone's rights. So
Oh yeah.
I don't want people to get all fussed.
Everyone's
Especially
always,
the women.
what
Especially the
about
women.
guys First Amendment?
There you go.
Hey, how you doing?
You have the same rights. What are you guys doing with the videos? You guys don't mind me asking?
We publish them on MySpace and stuff.
MySpace.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring MySpace back.
Yeah.
Practicing them rights.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, you have a blessed day.
You guys too. Cameras are running with their cars. Oh yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody likes to say, so there's security cameras in Target, and they always like to, well, they're not filming us. They're for security.
No.
Go on YouTube and TikTok and see how many security videos of people
They're
slipping
all-
on their ass,
they're all
or
over the
or
place.
doing the ass crack pick and smell. Like, come on, bro.
I've
Like
seen
that's
people do
all
the
over
bathroom.
TikTok. Yeah, like those.
And it's like someone's putting that up.
Yeah, exactly. And the dash cam footage. I mean, how many YouTube channels have dash cam footages with everybody's license plates all over it?
Everything's dash cam.
Don't pick and choose just because I'm holding a camera and it makes you uncomfortable that I can't post the footage, but everybody else
right.
can. Like, come on.
And you're right, like the dash cams and stuff. When you're driving, like you're allowed to film all of this.
Yeah,
All of
absolutely.
these license
Yep.
plates it's public knowledge.
Yeah.
So
And he'll just stand on the sidewalk and do the ones that are driving by, and they will pull in here. They come marching in, screaming and yelling. We had a lady one time park all the way over there and then run towards him to go. And she was a big woman, and she was running at him to go. I was like, calm the fuck down. I was like, it's not that serious. He
amazing.
took my plate. So I'm like,
If you get
who
cameras,
cares?
cameras like that, try to get them with the cloud. That automatically populates
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cloud.
That's why we do
It's actually
iPhones. The iPhones automatically, as
Yeah,
we're
that's
filming,
right.
they're,
It's going
yep.
to all
Yeah.
my stuff goes.
I was arrested
Yeah.
about 2 months ago, and they took away my phones. I haven't returned them. And the cop thought that by taking away my phone, someone was
No,
going
it's
to get
not
my
on the
footage.
phone. No.
I posted that thing like 2 weeks later. It's actually just posted. I mean, I posted all the videos I
Have
did
you
that
guys
day.
run into any cops that think you're doing
I
something?
Oh, all the
did
time.
about 2 months
All the
ago. I
time.
got arrested.
Yeah.
And they don't know the ways.
Yeah.
And they don't care.
So it's sad when our law enforcement
No clue.
has supposedly sworn an oath to something they've never read or understood.
I see that where people get pulled over and the guy will say, roll your window down. He's like, I don't have to. And he's like, you have to roll your window down. And all of a sudden they're pulling the guy out of the car. It's like,
Yeah.
you can't do
Yeah,
that.
the cop tries to pull the Pennsylvania versus Mins, but then you can pull the Martinez versus Supreme Court ruling, which if they think that they can search your vehicle and you claim that, and it basically tells them you're not allowed to search my vehicle, even though they're gonna search it. So by you saying that, you're basically telling them you're not allowed to. So if it goes to court and you mention that and it gets put on the record, and it's a good judge that knows the law, he can get.
I was told by some cops,
But they ain't
like,
a
when
good judge,
you get pulled
that's all
over,
that.
you're under investigation. And I'm like, for what?
That's what they put in Pennsylvania.
Because it's
versus
really,
Mins,
a lot of
to
things
get
are
you
my
out.
word against his. And I've gotten tickets where I'm like, for following too close to a car. I'm like, I'm not following too close to
How
a
much
car.
of an investigation is it if they pull you over for a broken headlight?
Exactly.
Like they know what's
Is
wrong
that
with
you?
the car.
Oh.
Yeah, they know what's wrong with the car. It's not like they need to investigate it.
Or just smell weed, the typical. Smell
Yeah.
weed.
Sir, have you been drinking today?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of cops. I have some pop.
There are good cops.
There's some.
How you doing? Oh, we're just doing some public filming and how people respond to people using freedom in public. That's all.
Good.
There we go.
Is this the audit thing?
Yes, it can be a form of that. Yep.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that.
We just hope cops are doing the right thing.
I just think it's funny because today with phones and cameras, everyone's walking across the street like this. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
People yelling at them.
They're driving with them.
I know.
Chances are, if you walk outside, somebody took a
Well, so I haven't edited it yet, but I went to Vegas a week ago. And we're on Fremont Street. And everybody's filming, everyone's in the background, and nobody's getting screamed or yelled at. And so I'm actually filming and zooming in on people's cameras that have other people on their camera to show it's
Everyone's doing it.
situational. It's because, like, these people aren't yelling at everyone at Disneyland, could you imagine? But they come to the post office to get filmed. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. So it's like,
Or if you were standing here with some signs or something, everyone's like, uh-oh.
yeah.
What's going on?
So it's just situational stuff. That's all it is. It's situationally.
See something, say something. They put that on American minds. And basically
Doesn't it get boring though, standing up?
Not really. I actually get to meet a lot of really cool people. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we'll have interactions that start bad, and we're able to calm them down and have
That's
a
cool.
good conversation with them.
Yeah.
People freak out like if this was someone's business. They're like, "Hey man, my people are getting scared. You guys are out there with cameras." It's like we were just talking, but there's people walking with cameras all the time.
Yeah.
Nobody says a word. How do you know if I'm not walking? I'm not filming everyone.
The best ones are the ones like when he's on the sidewalk and they roll down their limo tinted front window to say, "Can you please not film me?" I'm like, I couldn't see you in the first place, but thank you. Like, thank you for making it easier.
So that one's been a mystery to me is that I see people with their windows tinted blacked out.
Yep.
Don't they ever get pulled over?
You would think, but the cops
There's no
only
cops.
use that to search and do other things. They want to get the bigger fish, so, and it depends on the zip code at the end of the day. So you go through, LA with some dark ass window tints, and they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna stop
They're
this.
gonna search you.
I always heard as long as you take your window, as long as the cop can see you, because he doesn't know if you're holding like a gun.
They'll pull out a meter, bro. Like even this,
Really?
that window right there is about the worst you can do, and I even think she's in violation.
They have like this little radar thing
So-
that they stick over the top of the window, and it tells exactly how much tint you have.
Yeah.
Come on,
Like the
I never
percentage
seen
right
one pulled
away.
over for that stuff though.
Yeah.
And nighttime a lot. At nighttime you'll see it a lot because it's the person driving and like the the car that's lowered and that kind of shit, they'll pull them over to try and state ref them and get other things. And the tent is the one violation that, you know, they can pull them over for.
It's already getting hot.
So, yeah.
I grew up out here back in the mini truck days. We got pulled over all the time.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Too low, tinted windows, too low.
Yep.
Ripping window tint off all the time.
How do you feel about living in a country where you could buy a $50,000 car, but they tell you what you can do to it?
Well, yeah. Exactly. That's true.
But we're free.
Yeah.
So, you know, all that good stuff. I'm actually very against a lot of vehicle code stuff. I just do videos on it because the law's on the book. Why not enforce it equally? But if I spent, I mean, that Jeep right behind you, that's a $90,000 Jeep right there.
Yeah.
If I want blacked out windows, I'm gonna black out, like, if you're gonna, what's the difference between that and a giant panel van that parks right there? You know what I mean? That you can't see through.
That's true. Actually, that's true.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on.
Yeah. I don't.
So.
Well, it's only the two side, the passenger and driver's.
Yeah, but regardless, you can't see anywhere into the damn vehicle. It's like.
Busy tinting people's windshields now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do people just not get pulled over?
It's more expensive to take them off than get them on.
It is.
I have a running joke with the Karens that complain about us getting their license plate. I say, and I do it really calmly, I'm like, ma'am, if you don't want to picture your plate, here's what I suggest doing. Go home, take the plate off, put it inside your glove box. That'll solve it right there. You'll never get it on the internet again.
It should be like,
and well, it's a funny joke because I roll around with no plates on one of my vehicles for 2 years, and I got stopped one time, and I said, oh, I just left the car event. Oh, as soon as I get home, I'll put it on. They're like, okay.
Isn't that crazy? I have friends that buy a new car 2 or 3 years, and they just have the sticker in the front, and they never put plates
Yeah.
on. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy smokes, man.
And you just do it until you get stopped, and sometimes they just don't bother. Depends on where you're driving.
I have a car that doesn't pass smog. It's like
Yeah.
a race car.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I hate about this damn city.
There you go.
The whole carb stuff.
You got to get a friend over in Campo down in
in Montana.
Well, and I found out it's Wyoming. Is it Wyoming or?
There's some states that you can do that.
You can register your cars to essentially a fake address legally.
Exactly.
So it's like it's a virtual address.
The people that I go through here, they charge you like $700, but then I've got a California plate and everything. But you're right, you do it that way, it's like $100.
Yeah.
I met a guy that does that, but he's got like a Montana plate.
Yeah.
So, because that state's like, we'll take some money for whatever.
And then California closed the loophole because there's a lot of people doing that, registering out of state and stuff. And then it's like, if your ID doesn't match, done. Like it's California vehicle code. If you get pulled over today and then you get pulled over 14 consecutive days later, they'll say you're over the residential limit, and they'll find ways to.
Here,
yeah,
dude, you're not visiting, right?
Yeah. So they've started really finding those workarounds, which sucks. Like they're going after the wrong shit in America. So we have
walk into a liquor store and walk out.
Yeah, you can walk into a mall with 10 of your friends.
Nobody can do anything.
You can walk into a mall with 10 of your friends, take anything you want, walk out, but God forbid you drive down the street with tinted windows and a loud exhaust.
What the fuck is wrong with this place?
That's what I'm saying. Like we think we're free,
when
but
you say it like that, it puts it into perspective,
Yeah.
and it's like, what's wrong?
no, absolutely, and that's part of what's wrong with it. I mean, and that's why I do these vehicle code violations videos as a spoof to the real issue. You know, it's at some point somebody will see it. Somebody will.
What they're doing, in a sense, works is they.
Hey, call Kylie.
They want to
I need to
pit.
go get my car too.
Yeah. We're gonna go get drinks in a few minutes.
That's what they want. They want everyone to be against each other.
Well, and it's it's so I stay apolitical. In fact, I generally run my life pretty apolitical. And they've spent a very successful last 50 years pitting right against left, and it's always
right does it to the left also.
and they do it. They show the worst of the worst extremes. So it's
Exactly.
like it's the worst representative of the right and the worst representative of the left, and that's what they put all over the internet and the media to show how nutty this side is and nutty this side is, when really the average everyday American just wants to live an actual free life and doesn't give a fuck about all this noise.
One of our videos said it perfectly. The left wing and the right wing are both from the same bird. And if they're flapping two different directions, that bird's just going to crash.
Yeah, so it's
Jesse Ventura wrote a book, and it shows a Democrat and a Republican walking through a door, and they just meet on the other side.
Yeah.
They're going in the same room.
Yeah. And it's
they're
like
not like separating. Now there might be some Republicans that hate Democrats, some Democrats hate Republicans, but for the most part, they're all just They're all in it for money.
And it's like, you know, you have big issues. So you have abortion as a huge issue on both sides.
Yeah.
And had one side not taken it to the extreme of just using it as an everyday birth control, the other side wouldn't give as much of a fuck. And it's the same thing. We got the trans issues. If you want to be you, but when you start doing the sports and making, I mean, you got headlines of you know, the men winning women competitions after being last place in the men's, and it's like
he's last place in men's, and then he's first
so it's
place.
like, what do you expect when you go the furthest distance you can take it? You expect no blowback? Of course you're gonna get, and so that's why they successfully keep us all fighting, is because everybody wants to take it to the final inch. They want all that last inch. Like nobody could just take, hey, let's just all be happy and harmony.
Like abortion, what they do is they say, you know, women are getting raped, and then you're going to force that woman against her health care to have the baby. If you look at that percentage, it's like so, what is it, like less than 1%?
It's minute. But that's the thing, is
that's
like,
what you do is you take the outlier and you make it the big
yeah,
deal.
but here's the thing, is like, would either side care if that individual needed one? No, probably not.
No.
But it's being abused by the majority.
That percent to make, it's like, I got one legal person, I want all these illegal people to be legal, so I'm going to use this part. So
it sucks. It's you know, politics is turned into a shell game, and it really sucks for everybody.
All the bastards are rich there too. So
Oh yeah,
like,
oh yeah. Joe the plumber really should have won. All right, my name's Jack. I'm gonna go get these guys.
You have a good day.
Yeah, man. You guys have a good one, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Take care, man.
Have a good one. Nice talking to you, though.
Thanks.
As conscientious denizens of the United States, it befalls us to efficaciously augment our commitment to the safeguarding and perpetuation of our intrinsic liberties. This endeavor frequently necessitates the unrestricted exercise of said freedoms, even in instances whereby their expression might elicit disquietude or perturbation among a certain subset of the populace. It is imperative to comprehend that, had the illustrious architects of our nation's constitutional ethos circumscribed the ambit of these freedoms to solely encompass non-disruptive manifestations, thereby capitulating to societal discomfort, the foundational principles which underpin the Republic as we presently recognize and venerate would be inexorably compromised.
Good morning, freedom lovers. I'll tell you what, we're starting off the morning with the what appears to be the mother and daughter in the Ford Edge that was pulling forward, backing up, finally came to a little bit and pulled in the parking lot. But it's weird. I'm starting to actually feel bad for these people. It's like they're stuck in this pothole of negativity, and it seems to be a cycle that's been projected on society. It's like I don't know. I don't expect people to be passive about everything, but certainly they can know, you know, our rights and the Constitution, and education will obviously help that. But man, these people are just stuck in that MK Ultra negativity. It's sad to watch that it's permeated this into many more pores into society than not. But man, thank you for all you do. You guys stay safe and wear socks. I agree, sock, no toes. Take care, boys. Bye.
Hey, I'm just commenting on the man freaks out and chases us down. Karen's explode and attack video 3 months ago. Me and my wife and kids, her kids, went to a water park one time, and she had 2 C-sections, and she got up on top of this slide. We were all behind her, and the kid there, he goes, I'm sorry, ma'am, pregnant women are not allowed on the ride. Well, that did not go over good with her. She freaked out, and then she looked at me to reiterate the freak out. And I'm looking at her like, well, yeah, you do look pregnant. It's my ex-wife, by the way, so I have a right to say that. And I did not know what to tell this kid, because the kid was right, but she wants to think that she looks something different, but she didn't look that way. But anyway, so I agree with somebody that might say that, you know, as far as assumption goes and by the obvious, but evidently the obvious is not the obvious. So you gotta watch what you say. Evidently the kid got fired because she wigged the fuck out on him, and he wound up getting fired. But I didn't agree with it because she did look pregnant, and I don't blame him for saying that to protect her health and whatever. I thought it was messed up, but yeah, sorry for that kid because my ex did look pregnant, so I can't stand her. Anyway, have a good day.
To answer your question, yes, the post office is required to fly the American flag, also required to fly the POWIA flag. Have a good day, guys.
Hi, it's Kathy from Modesto calling. Something my dad used to say, he is a dairyman, so this is kind of a dairy term. And it's in regards to people's feet. He'd say an outhouse doesn't need much of a foundation. Yeah. So, you know, if you got big feet, you're a foundation for an outhouse that's good. If you don't, you don't. And you know what? I love it when AFA calls in and makes fun of Kathy from Modesto. It is too funny. All right. I'm not supposed to go on and on, so I'm going to go now. But I'm going to call right back and talk again soon. I love you guys. Keep up the good work. I'm so sorry for your loss. All right. Bye.
Hello, Impact. Hey, this is Con calling again. Con Ted Felon, the great attorney from the state of West Dakota. My middle name is Vic. Calling you again this Wednesday morning. I just wanted to point something out to you. You used to have a little clicker, click, 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 of monitoring everybody that came through. And I think your average, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Impact, but you used to have an average of about 95, 96, maybe 97 people that were okay with what you're doing because you're out in public using your camera. It's a First Amendment right. But there was always those one or two that just hated it, and you need to stop that, even though it's a right. You shouldn't be doing it. I remember even one guy said, yes, it's your First Amendment right, but you're taking advantage of the First Amendment. And that was even at a church. Can you imagine that? Going back to a church saying, hey, I know it's okay to have your religion, but you're taking advantage of the First Amendment. But the point I want to make here is lately I've been getting a lot of messages back, a lot of feedback on these phone calls and the comments I leave that I type in. And there's that one or two that they just don't like it. They want me to quit. They're saying, it's the First Amendment. This is supposed to be serious. And you making jokes and having fun with it, that's it. You got to stop that. And even one guy said, I don't know if you remember this, a while back, I made a comment with Rodney Dangerfield, people treating you with no respect, and the guy had to, Rodney smile, and I said, yeah, I get no respect. Even when I was a kid, I was so ugly. My parents had to tie a pork chop around my neck just to get the dog to play with me. And he said, when you made that comment, my kids started laughing when we were listening. And we can't have that because I'm trying to make a serious point with them. You know? So I'm trying to have fun with it. I enjoy your videos. I'm a long-time subscriber, and I tell every friend and family that I know to sub to this guy because you're the best. But it's just, there's one or two, they just don't like me having fun with this. And I left it up to you, Impact. I said, the next video, I said, if you go through the whole thing with doom and gloom and just straight up deadpan, no smiles, then I'll do the same. And the next video came out, and it wasn't a minute in, and it was laughter and having fun and joking around. So I'm going to stick with it, calling you from the great state of West Dakota, the best attorney in the state, soon to be president, because I am convicted felon, and I'm out. Hey, Impact. Hey, listen, Impact. This is convicted felon, and on this Wednesday morning video, I'm sure glad that you filmed the mom and daughter combination there because she just tried to throw you under the bus and it didn't work. But I wanted to point out to you, as you were filming her, did you notice in the rearview mirror It said, if you read it real close, it said, Karens are closer than they appear. Yeah, watch the video. It says that. Karens are closer than they appear, and they might throw you under the bus. Yeah, read the mirror. It's right there. And it reminded me of when I was in college getting my law degree at the University of West Dakota. In the dorm room, above my waterbed, I had a large mirror, and it said, objects in the mirror are larger than they appear. And it always got a laugh from the chicks. Always. Object in the mirror is larger than they appear. Anyway, I'm glad you filmed it because, and everybody take a look at that mirror. It'll tell you the Karens are right there. Have a good one. From the state of West Dakota, I am the next president, convicted felon, and I'm out.
Crazy guys. Crazy guys. Crazy guys.
Hey, Impact. Hey, this is Kid Bellin, the attorney from the great state of West Dakota, and I'm calling you this Wednesday morning, actually almost Wednesday afternoon. Great videos today, and I want to make 2 points with you today. One I've already made, but let me repeat that because when you were filming that mother and daughter Karen team, I'm so glad that when you were filming them parked side by side with the cop and you had her in the rear view mirror. And the reason I'm pointing that out is that if you look at that video close, she must have special ordered that car. Because in that mirror, if you read it, widen the screen, look at that. It says, Karens in this mirror appear more untruthful than they actually are. Yeah, read it. She must have special ordered it. And the reason I noticed that is, like I said earlier, when I was in college and I had a mirror above my waterbed, it used to say, objects in mirror are larger than they appear. And I always got a laugh from the chicks. The second thing I want to bring up, you were talking about the $2,000 phone that you had, and it came with the camera. Well, if you look close, and I'm telling you, in fact, if you look really close, there is an adjustment on there. It's a comfort level. So when people come out of the businesses or out of the post office or maybe even out of a bank and they tell you, or the cops tell you, you're making people uncomfortable, simply just look down and say, hold on a second, let me adjust that comfort level on my camera. Now, I've got it set for, it's a little more comfortable now. Go back in, see if they're still uncomfortable. Because these new cameras have that comfort setting. I didn't know if you knew that. And I'm sure if you look closely, Impact, your new camera has got a comfort level on it. So keep that in mind next time someone comes out and says, hey, they're just uncomfortable. They're very uncomfortable inside, and that's why we're talking to you. That's why we're out here. So keep that in mind. Everything else is great. Good videos. This is convicted felon, the next president, attorney from the great state of West Dakota. And we'll see you.
Cameras. While their presence might feel intrusive, especially when attached to another human, the best response is often the simplest. Carry on. Whether you respond with a quick wave, a polite nod, or even a bemused scowl, remember that these brief encounters will likely be forgotten in the endless stream of footage unless you draw attention by reacting theatrically. In our modern, incessantly monitored world, staying calm and composed in the face of cameras can keep your life private. Like an extra in a movie, you pass through the frame unnoticed unless you step into the spotlight with dramatic flair. So, next time you spot someone filming, remember, a nonchalant attitude usually ensures anonymity. And remember, if they attach that same camera to a stiff linear object, like a pole, or put it into a robot or a car, you could not care less that they would have captured your image, even if the camera was live streaming straight to the YouTube or tactic. It is only that said camera is attached to a live, breathing person that you even think to be bothered by it. Imagine that. You are merely perceiving being bothered, not over the camera itself, but that it is being held by a person rather than a stiff, linear object, but the floppy noodle arm of another being. That, and only that, is the reason you are finding yourself to be bothered.